Anyway, hey everyone, welcome back to the BLT podcast. I am joined by.
Garrett 2004 here.
Alright, so it's over. BLT is over. We finally have wrapped it up. Actually, it wrapped up last week, but who's counting? Right? It ended last week?
Well, no, it ended this week.
Technically, it ended on a Sunday, so yes, it does count for this week.
No, it ended on Monday.
Oh, screw you. That's right, because because they extended. One game had to be extended. Alright, well, it's over. So let's review these final 12 games, because guess what? Every game was mattered up to this point, and finally we can all wrap this up. You sound very enthusiastic, don't you?
Yeah.
Alright, well, first off we had Ubers, where we had Celeste defeat JB. Celeste had this one in the bag anyway, so whatever. So, turn 2, we started off with Deoxys setting spikes before dying to Kyogre, who killed Eternatus as Arceus Fairy paralyzed the Zacian, who killed Tinglu on turn 9.
Wait, why the heck did JB immediately go into Eternatus and not, like, Koraidon? Or Zacian? Or why Eternatus on the notoriously specially defensive Kyogre that it has already been revealed to be carrying Ice Beam?
Well, it wanted to boost its special attack. It just wanted a Meteor
Yeah, maybe
Beam.
at the wrong time.
Yeah, he should have went to Koraidon first before going into Eternatus. Maybe preserve Eternatus for something else. Yeah. So, after that, we saw Necrozma. We saw Necrozma setting up the Dragon Dance, killing Zacian, then defeating the Terrifier Arceus Fairy with a Photon Geyser after trying to stall it out, and then finishing off the Koraidon for Celeste to win. So again, things could have been done differently had he switched in Koraidon first instead of Eternatus, but...
I don't know if it's that differently. Maybe he didn't do that because it's a bad Koraidon set that can't do very much against Kyogre. Like, maybe it's that weird one with Scale Shot, Flare Blitz, Sword Stance, and Taunt. Maybe it's that.
With loaded dice? Or boots?
No, it's Life Orb.
Oh, it's a bad Koraidon set, so yeah, it's easy to see the Celeste won this one. Good.
So yeah, maybe the Eternatus was the sacrifice needed to be able to ensure the Kyogre would get finished off.
Yeah. Which ended up being kind of a good thing for Celeste, because they were able to keep Necrozma healthy. Alright.
Yeah, I suppose.
Next up.
Not that Necrozma would have been the switch-in for Koraidon, though.
Probably not.
There's an Arceus Fairy, Mikoi. Let's use our brains.
Yes, there is an Arceus Fairy. There is an obvious counter for that. Next is the first of our 3 OU games. What was supposed to be, VK? Yeah, it was supposed to be VK versus Chico's, but that didn't happen. So we subbed in Nicalco against Chico's.
I don't think you've ever pronounced this player's name correctly, and every time you've said it.
Nichalho.
Yes. Or I'm more so saying Nishalho.
Because it has ho in the end, okay? I don't want to do that. Alright. So first off, we have turn 1. Deoxys setting screens, allowing Raging Bolt to kill Ceruledge and Hatterene. That Hatterene went down really easily.
Yes, it did.
Turn 5. Was it not?
What I don't get is why Nishalho used Nuzzle on turn 4. There is no reason for Raging Bolt to switch out because, like, there's a light screen up, there's one Calm Mind up. Hell, he can just Calm Mind again if he so felt like it, but Chico's didn't want to get greedy, I guess.
Maybe he was expecting a Terra.
One singular Calm Mind was probably all he thought he needed.
Maybe he was expecting a Terra Fairy, Terra Bug, Raging Bolt.
Well, it was Terra Bug, but again, it doesn't really need to Terra here.
At this point, it doesn't. Then it defeated Iron Crown before eventually Terra Bugging to defeat the Great Tusk before losing to Deoxys. By a crit, too.
Why did Nishalho send in Ceruledge at turn 5 instead of something else?
What was it gonna do?
Like, instead of maybe either Great Tusk or Indeedee Iron Crown. But like, if you send in Great Tusk,
I mean, it stops the Thunderbolt,
actually,
but
I guess you lose out on your King Gambit counter right away. So I guess that's not ideal.
Or, yeah, you could have maybe saved that Great Tusk against King Gambit, and then what would be the ideal? Not Iron Crown.
Yeah, well, there was surely a better way to do this. I wonder what else Ceruledge had. I'm gonna guess it didn't have very much.
No.
Because as soon as Poltergeist failed, he opted for,
Chip.
Bitterblade.
Chip. He instead wanted Chip. He just wanted to chip the Raging Bolt.
Yeah, anyway, so I do wonder about some of these sets because I wonder if Nishalho opted to send in Great Tusk sooner, because you gotta remember, this Raging Bolt is not behind Reflect, only Light Screen. That would have probably baited out the Terra sooner. And then, if Ceruledge isn't dead, it could actually do pretty massive damage onto the Raging Bolt through, Bitterblade, if it Terra'd already.
Right. Well, Raging Bolt was scary.
But then I wonder if there's any real way to deal with the King Gambit in the back. There might be, because it can't use Sucker Punch under Psy Terrain, and Deoxys can get Focus Blast. Iron Crown can too.
I guess there is counters to King Gambit regardless. But, like, he would be left against what? He would be left with what? A weak Great Tusk fighting Manaphy, Zamazenta.
No, he wouldn't have a Great Tusk at all. It'd be dead.
Well, Deoxys and Indeedee, what were those two against? A King Gambit, a Zamazenta, who could easily just Terra, Manaphy, whatever.
Actually, if the Deoxys, which is Life Orb, and the Iron Crown have the tools to deal with King Gambit, which, if they have Focus Blast, then they do have the tools, then I think that it's possible they can reverse sweep.
I guess he had a Life Orb attacking.
Maybe not quite, because Chico's Deoxys seems to outspeed Nishalho's Deoxys, because it moved first every single time except for when it used Teleport. I'm gonna guess Nishalho's Deoxys is modest.
Yeah. It's an attacking Deoxys with Life Orb, so I agree.
So, yeah, there were probably things Nishalho could have done better here. Yeah. Well, no, not probably. There were definitely things, because, like, obviously, using Poltergeist on a thing that's already consumed its item is sort of a rookie mistake.
So Deoxys ended up terraing Terrastellar against the Deoxys, who ended up setting screens. And then Manaphy comes in and then sets up the Tail Glow, sets up to kill the Deoxys, and indeed in the end for Chico's to win. No other comments?
Not really, because clearly the King Gambit wasn't even needed in this game, so like perhaps even the hypothetical I talked about earlier wouldn't have actually changed anything.
Nope, just because Chico was bringing hyper offensive regardless, so it was just screens hyper offense. It just worked. Alright, next up is the second of our 3 OU games. We have the No Name defeating Ainscrad. And yep, No Name has made the history books. Never losing an OU, always been slotted in and always a winner. 10-0. That record will not be beaten unless someone goes 11-0. Or we could have a tiebreaker and make someone go 12-0, but I don't know if that will happen.
That literally cannot happen.
I know.
The only possible way to go 12-0 is if you win all your main season games, if there's a tiebreaker for playoffs that you play in, if you play in semis, if there's a tiebreaker for semis, you play in finals, and there's a tiebreaker for finals. That is the only possible way to go 12-0.
So the best you can do is 11-0. So we have the world record here, 10-0. Might as well. No Name's having a generational 2026, clearly. So, turn 1, we saw Alamamola, Ninetales Alola, encoring the Iron Shreds and setting the Aurora Veil, while Darkrai burns the Primarina on turn 8 after missing one, before dying to it. While Ninetales dodged...
I'm gonna guess, Boyne doesn't really have any better things against the Primarina.
With Darkrai? Probably not. Yeah, probably not, because what...
I mean, look at the team.
It's very...
I guess you got Hatterene at best.
It's very to Prim.
Yeah, and I'm gonna guess Darkrai didn't have, Sludge Bomb.
He didn't. Probably not. He would have gone for it. So
yeah, there's no reason to be Will-O-Wisping if you do have it, and since it's Running Wisp, odds are it doesn't have it.
So Ninetales then dodged the Zapdos' Thunder Wave on turn 14 to kill Primarina with the Freeze Dry. Then we saw the Zapdos.
I have to wonder why he encored after the Thunder Wave instead of just, attacking.
Killing. Maybe it was
I don't know if there was a shot that killed, but look, if he tries to do anything other than heal, then I think that's good.
Maybe it was sacking. Maybe he was sacking. Well, he actually did sack, but after the fact, after it did kill the Primarina.
Maybe he was encoring it to prevent it from healing. I guess it's not as though Ninetales could switch back out and back in at that point.
Maybe.
So I guess he wouldn't have minded taking the Thunderbolt wave.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, after the fact, we saw Zapdos is paralyzing the Zamazenta on turn 25. And then Dragonite comes in, does the sweep, tries to kills the Zamazenta, then Terra Normals to defeat everything else, winning No Name the game. Only losing one Mon to win his finals game.
Somewhat unfortunate paras for Ains, but depending on the set, and I think I know what set that is, I don't think it mattered that much.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it depends on what he was doing in the moves he got paired on, I guess.
Which,
Oh, wait, yeah, he might have tried to rest.
Oh, okay.
There's a chance he tried to rest, which in that case is unfortunate.
Yeah, probably would have worked. It's okay.
Yeah, he may have had a shot if he got the chance to either, Iron Defense more or rest up.
Mm-hmm. Alright.
Well, then again, maybe not, because Chesto was knocked off. There's a Zapdos on the other side. That Zapdos may be carrying, Hurricane.
Hurricane, yeah. Alright.
But then again, Ains didn't Terra any of his Mons by that point.
Mm.
So he probably planned on saving the Terra for Zamazenta.
Alright. Next up, we have the third of our 3 OU games. Finally, I don't have to say that shit anymore. We have Doug Trio is broken, defeating baddies. So, I think... No, I think Batty has had the most losses out of the 3 who played OU for the Jirachis.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Because Chico's only suffered 1 loss and then No Name. Well, No Name's record.
Yeah, I think Batty ended off 7-3.
So he has the most losses. But he still managed to put up a good fight here, despite this one being kinda short. So,
I find it funny, how Doug Trio brought, Life Orb and Amorous Webs.
Yeah.
Like, isn't that what Kafka brought against him just last week?
I mean, I guess he learned. Or he stole the team, I don't know.
Yeah, bro got beat by that and said, damn.
If you can't beat him, join
awesome.
him. If you can't beat him, join him. Or probably steal it. I don't know. So, turn 1. We saw Araquanid setting up the webs before dying to Ogerpon. As Enamorous, Okos the Great Tusk. As Glamora, Terra Ghosts. Before King Gambit kills Goldango. Even managing to, it managed to survive 1 for turn 10 until it died.
Crazy how Batty had a 3-mon lead.
He did. However, things ultimately turned around with Enamorous, who Terra Fairied against the Terra Ghost Glamora to kill it. And then, after Cresselia, Kyurem comes in at turn 17, that gets killed, and then... yeah, the sweep. And Amherst won. GG. Anything else? Any other comments?
Just the interesting Enamorous set. The fact it had Draining Kiss, and the fact that it was just straight up murdering everything despite it being Draining Kiss.
Did a lot of damage to the opposing Enamorous, And, of course, beating Kyurem. I mean, isn't that a common set?
Perhaps, I don't usually see Draining Kiss on an Amorous, no.
Really? Alright. Thought people would run Moonblast Draining Kiss a lot more, considering they run their Amorous like Choice or Boots. Maybe Assault Vest even.
Usually it's Choice, Mikoi, and usually they don't run Draining Kiss on those, I don't think.
Weird.
And if they do, they basically never click them.
Weird.
But yeah, it was entertaining to see Draining Kiss murdering things as well.
I mean, it's less strong than Moonblast, but still manages to take out once given the proper set. Alright, next up is Yu, where we have Pesa defeat Itoshi Flower.
In a game I recall someone saying was unlucky, but...
Lamau.
Really?
Lamau with it being unlucky. So, turn 9, we saw Clodsire toxicking the Slowking. Hydreigon subbing and Terra Stealing towards the middle there. Latios tried to Terra Steel itself to counteract that. Ended up killing Talonflame and Low Kicks with Draco Meteor.
Oh yeah, that was definitely a misplay on Pesa's part, because First Impression did kill Latios at that range.
Why didn't he click it? I don't know.
They probably expected a switch.
Probably. So, Slowking ended up paralyzing Empoleon on turn 18. Then, we saw Gardevoir trick Empoleon and Healing Wished to heal Hydreigon, who managed to kill Skarmory and Latios, killing Empoleon before Itoshi forfeited. So,
now, do you know what turn it was that people called unlucky?
No. Honestly, I don't see the unlucky.
Turn 31. Empoleon, presumably using Flip Turn, gets paralyzed.
Oh. I mean...
This is actually a pretty massive loss of momentum for Itoshi Flower, because it allows Hydreigon to set up a second nasty plot.
Which ended up murdering everything else in Itoshi's team.
Yes, however, after doing multiple calculations, I don't think that really mattered, because even if Hydreigon only got to +2, I'm pretty sure that was still enough to just straight up win.
So we
because let me explain why.
Go on.
So, if Empoleon did get the opportunity to flip turn, okay, so let's see. I think it did a little under 20. I think it did around 19 to 23. Maybe a little less. Depends on the Empoleon set, I suppose. Like, for example, if it had, like, absolutely no attack and investment, what the nature is. So, basically, with a nature that doesn't decrease attack, it does, like, about 19 to 23 flip turn, I mean.
Yeah.
So Itoshi Flower presumably would go into Latios, because what the hell else are you going to go into right now?
Well, he ultimately did after sacking Skarmory, so...
So presumably Itoshi Flower Calm Minds with Latios that turn. However, even after a Calm Mind, it seems +2 Hydreigon still does over half. And depending on the role, it might still be able to do enough after a second Calm Mind. So let's assume for a second that Itoshi Flower would play this out the same way he did here. So basically, Dark Pulse would do over half. Itoshi Flower might Draco Meteor after getting to +1. And well, that would do, the amount we saw, 72%. And Hydreigon would just be able to kill it afterwards.
So it was still a lose-lose either way, even at +2.
Well, it kind of depends on two things. One, it depends on if Itoshi Flowers would still do that, if not for the para. But it also depends on the rolls. Pesa, let's see, how much did Dark Pulse do against this? Assuming I have the correct set here, and it's not like Modest or something, Hydreigon, it does about 61.7% maximum on that Latios when it's +1 and Hydreigon is +2. When Latios gets to +2, it does 39 to 46.
So what?
Meaning
94.
Meaning Itoshi Flower can actually afford a second Calm Mind only if Pesa gets a low roll.
Only if he does.
Because if he doesn't get the low roll, well, it becomes risky.
Yeah, you'd have to play with like min rolls and mid rolls after that point, because it would be just over half, and that's with lefties.
Let's see. Draco did 72% there. How much does it do at +2? Ooh.
Not much.
At +2, there is... let's see, was this from full? Yeah, it was from full. There is a 6% chance for it to kill. Draco has a 6% chance to kill Hydreigon at +2, and this is if it's Soldu as well.
Which it probably has.
Yes, the calc lined up for +1, so it is Soldu. So yeah, I think that good odds Pesa still won anyway, even without having to set up a second nasty plot due to this. Now assuming the Hydreigon beats the Latios at just +2 instead of +3, the only other thing left to combat this Hydreigon is Empoleon. When Empoleon comes in, it would be at around 52% because it would take about 6 from rocks. And I did the calc for this. Empoleon, it's very likely Empoleon just straight up dies.
Which I don't mind.
Let's see. Where was this? Now, this is only assuming the rolls here. I mean, the sets, the spreads here. Okay. So, Empoleon would have been at 52. Let's import that number here. It would have been at 52, and this Hydreigon does 48.6 to 57.5% at +2. Meaning there was a 62% chance, a 62.5% chance to kill Empoleon there.
It would have just died. That's good
Probably.
odds.
It was definitely a roll in Pace's favor. And hell, this is assuming that the Empoleon is max HP, max special defense, with a plus special defense nature. Because if it's not that, if it's not plus special defense nature, for example, it just straight up dies. There's no rolls. It just dies.
So, yeah. TLDR, after lots of mathing and a hypothetical thesis, Pace is still in, it's still Pace's favor.
Yes. TLDR, no, Pesa didn't get lucky. The odds were literally always in his favor.
So, there was no, Itoshi Flower didn't get lucky. Pesa just had it too good.
Oh, wait. I guess I did kind of forget to take into account the flip turn damage.
That doesn't matter.
No, it kind of does, because if the flip turn comes out and the Latios gets the chance for a second Calm Mind, Hydreigon would actually die, I think.
Well, that depends if he gets a good roll with flip turn.
It also, and perhaps a good roll with Draco, because the range was kind of wide on that. The range was kind of wide. Let's see. Calm Mind +2. Yeah, the range was pretty wide on that, and you gotta remember, Hydreigon can heal. It has lefties.
There's lefties.
Yeah, the range for Draco killing is pretty wide. It does a minimum of 84.9, a maximum of 100.3.
So,
and again, kind of depends on what spread the Empoleon is, but I think that did about 19 to 23, potentially less. So there was very much no guarantee Itoshi Flower won, and I think the odds were still in Pace's favor.
TLDR, Pace still would have won. Suck it.
Likely.
Suck it. Alright, next up is RU, where we have Max's C23 defeat Dirk.
Yeah, you want to talk about actual unlucky games? Voila.
Yeah, this one. So, we had Ribombee set webs on turn 1, paralyzing Jirachi afterwards with Stun Spore, who killed it, while Slowbro killed Bisharp. Yeah, it was poisoned by the Umbreon after the fact, and then crit kill on turn 14.
I find it funny how initially Dirk staying in with Ribombee so long. I was wondering, does he need to be doing that? Is it bad to potentially preserve Ribombee because Max's C has a Cyclizard that can just remove webs, or is he just gonna make sure it doesn't get the chance to do that? And I guess it's more he just doesn't get the chance to do that because perhaps he just kills it, or there is a Mimikyu.
There is a Mimikyu, which, is still very much in play after, and it was very wise of Dirk to try and make that the endgame user. So, then we came to Rhyperior Terraferrying, killing the Slowbro before the inevitable happened, turn 19. It got crit killed by the Crawdon.
Yeah, why did Max's C go into Crawdon instead of
Flamigo?
Yeah. Because, you see, if Flamigo, if you send in Flamigo there, it literally, Rhyperior is literally guaranteed to die, whereas it was not guaranteed to die with Aquajet. The crit was lucky.
It was.
Whereas Max's C could have honestly won. Like, Max's C could have definitely won, I think, if sending in the Flamigo first. Because, let's see, you send in the Flamigo, you kill the Rhyperior. If you send in Mimikyu, then you still go first. You still go first. Mimikyu probably kills you. But then Crawdon can just clean up the endgame.
I mean, he did it backwards from what you said. I mean, he sent out Crawdon, actually got the kill on Rhyperior, still got the kill on, and then Flamigo ended up, sweeping the endgame. So you just literally just backwards.
No, I'm saying that would have lost him the game most of the time.
Oh, you're talking about a hypothetical loss instead.
What? No, I'm talking about what he did. What he did would have lost him the game most of the time, because crit wouldn't have. Because without the crit, it wouldn't have killed, and Crawdon would be dead, and then Mimikyu would just kill Flamigo.
Yeah, he got lucky.
Actually, no. Mimikyu wouldn't even necessarily kill Flamigo. Like, Dirk would probably just send in Tornadus first have it hurt itself in recoil first, and so to ensure Mimikyu can kill it.
But regardless, Max still won. Through lucky circumstances, Max still won.
Come on, I think you're diminishing what could have been in this game.
I mean,
yeah, wasn't going Flamigo actually better here? Because like I just said, and I want you to pay more attention this time so you understand it. Flamigo outspeeds everything, and from the range Rhyperior was at, Brave Bird killed, guaranteed, whereas Aquajet did not. So he can, whatever Dirk sends out, whether it's I'll talk about both routes that could happen. If Dirk sends out Mimikyu, then Flamigo gets to break the disguise nice and safely. Mimikyu kills it, but I'm pretty sure. But assuming he doesn't Terra Flamigo, then he has Terra for Crawdon. And this is Banded Crawdon with adaptability and Aquajet with Terra Water. So if he Terras Crawdon, odds are Mimikyu just straight up dies.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And so would Tornadus, because it is not boots and would be coming in on a range that is not healthy enough to survive a Terra Water Banded Crawdon Aquajet.
Well, that makes a lot more sense now, but okay.
Yeah, so in theory, perhaps Max's C kind of choked, but lucked out anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guess he wanted to risk it. I don't know.
Now, perhaps we should quickly address the Umbreon that got crit.
That got crit killed.
I feel people are overestimating how much that mattered.
Really?
Because look, if your Umbreon is able to get crit killed by an earthquake, that shit wasn't very specially bulky, okay? I
It
did
was
the count
very
for
easy
this
to get
too, okay?
killed, yeah.
Now, I'll pull it up again. Umbreon. This was the set that matched. And this was at +4. And crit. Yeah. Wasn't actually interesting. It wasn't actually guaranteed to kill with the crit, but there was a 75% chance of it. The point I'm trying to make is that this Umbreon, it clearly did not have special defense investment.
That I can agree with.
Yeah, so, even if it didn't get crit killed, it would have taken a lot of damage and probably just gotten killed next turn.
Yeah, still died to whatever gets sent out. Probably the...
Whereas the Aqua Jet crit was just straight up a loss for Dirk. Yeah, this
sort
is
of cost
why
the game.
That mattered a lot more than whatever happened to Umbreon.
I mean, it was endgame material, so it literally happened at the end of the game. So Dirk and Max, your hypothetical scenarios wouldn't have played out either way, because one crit could literally cost Dirk the game.
Well, yeah, that's why they're called hypotheticals, Mako. They didn't happen.
Well, there you go. Alright, next up is NU, where we had Regiboob defeat Gom. Was this the game that started the...
Yes, it was.
Yeah, because Golurks were up in the lead at first, but then after this game, the Jirachi started to pull ahead.
Yeah, this is where that started.
So we can blame Regiboob for there. So Golurks have an easy target to blame.
No, I don't want to blame Regiboob. He seems cool.
He does.
Let's blame DeMarvelous, actually.
We'll talk about his game later. So, turn 3. Gligar, Poison Swampert, setting hazards as Flygon, O-Code Bramblegast, as Scrafty, Terra Electric, before getting tricked by Klefki on turn 12 and Poison, dying to the Drain Punch after. Scrafty then defeats Klefki and Houndstone before being crit killed by Flamigo on turn 19, as Ambipom then kills Articuno Galar, finishing off the Flygon as well with Triple Axle, and then Regiboob's Articuno comes in and finishes off Gom's Flamigo for Regiboob to win.
Come to think of it, did Gom need to knock off the lefties on Scrafty if she was just gonna trick the Toxic Orb to it anyway?
It would have, Gom would have benefited with, leftovers.
Yeah, I guess. And also one less turn of Scrafty getting to set up, presumably.
Maybe he could have tricked that earlier. Maybe. Oh yeah, was this Flamigo? Not Flamigo. That was last game. Was this Klefki prankster or magician? Because Gami switcheroo on the Scrafty before knowing it would Terra that turn, unless she did call the Terra. Probably called the Terra, honestly. I wanted to bet it Gom called the Terra instead.
Could be.
And then
I don't think she needed to knock off lefties if she was just going to use switcheroo and give it the Toxic Orb, because, like, same result, less turns.
More chances for healing because you have lefties on your field instead of having just wasting away any potential leftovers chance by just doing a poisoning on Scrafty. You could have healed you could have healed some members of your team instead.
And anyways, another thing I wonder is, once, what was it? Once Swampert died, would it have been better if Gollum sent in Flygon? I feel like you're ignoring the elephant in the room that Scrafty is an electric type by this point.
There was no elephants in this room. It was just me blanking out.
But yeah, I guess, I don't know, it probably didn't matter. I think, because, like, I don't think Flygon could have killed it once it got to +3, because this is presumably a mixed Flygon with Life Orb, meaning it has Earthquake rather than, like, rather than Earth Power. That must be it, because otherwise there'd be no reason not to send it in way sooner.
Fair enough.
So, yeah, honestly, this even if we did criticize a couple things, this doesn't really come down to Gollum misplaying. This comes down to having a bad matchup, basically, because there wasn't a ton Gollum could do versus this Scrafty after a certain point.
Gollum at least got a crit kill on it. That's the only thing that I can take
I guess one other thing I kind of wonder is, could Articuno have done something about this?
Yeah,
I don't know about that.
I don't know. Anyway, Regiroot won. Favorite matchup, just better at playing overall. The finals game.
I don't know about that.
The finals game, not freaking the overall season. Anyway, next up is PU, where we have Ghost Alex defeat MeMT. Expected?
Yeah, actually, well, you're saying that you didn't predict Ghost Alex to win?
Oh, I didn't? Okay.
Neither of us did.
Oh. So, turn 7, we saw Heracross defeat Venusaur, while Sandslash removed hazards before dying to Quillfish, who Terra Watered to defeat Mudsdale. And then, towards the end, we have turn 19. Florges tried to trick Slowbro Galar's item before being crit killed by Heracross, while Slowbro manages to kill Sandslash on turn 33, Florges killing the rest for Ghost Alex to win. Any other thoughts?
Not really. This was just, well, I suppose it was well played, but also MeMT got unlucky.
Where?
Clearly.
Where?
The Florges got crit killed?
Oh, okay, good. I was starting to wonder, like, where?
Also, Triple Axel only hit the Florges once
before it eventually died.
And then just died. That was MeMT's last mon. There was actually a pretty good chance that it just reverse swept.
What? Ambipom?
Yeah. Yeah, never mind. Ghost Alex still won.
So it doesn't matter.
Because basically, assuming all triple axles hit the Florges, Ambipom just kills the Florges, then Ghost Alex sends... Oh, wait. Ghostalex then sends out
Slowbro. Then
Slowbro. Then sends out maybe Heracross or
Sack.
Bombardier.
Just a Sack, and
one
then
of those dies.
And Slowbro gets more health. And then
Slowbro comes in again. Then he stacks the other thing. Slowbro comes in again, and is definitely healthy enough to take whatever the Ambipom has.
Yeah, Ghostalex wins. Yeah, Ghostalex still won. Yeah, friggin' Regenerator. You could just spam Regenerator at the end and just let Slowbro take out Ambipom.
Yep, because Surf did 51.
All right, time for your go off, vent away Pokeart, because LC Novax versus Zidarky in LC. Oh boy. So, turn 4. We're already starting off big. A high jump kick miss from Novax's Meanfu, allowing Zidarky to kill it.
What? Yep. And I don't know for sure, but decent chance that Zidarky's Meanfu would have just straight up died if I jump kick hit it.
Even with Eviolite? Yes, probably.
Yeah, I mean that's a +2 Meanfu.
It is. And Meanfu don't tend to survive
since it's Sword Stance, there's a non-zero chance it had Reckless.
Non-zero, yeah. So, after the fact, we saw Mudbray Terra Water on turn 18 before Growlithe Hisui beat the Vullaby after multiple Tinkatink Encore attempts.
I guess Zidarky saw the Terra coming.
He did. So ended up Growlithe Hisui beating the Vullaby. Then Sandslash Alola manages to set rocks. However, Marini was out there to just stall it out. And then just let Sandshrew die. Novax forfeiting shortly after. Zidarky won. Not losing any Mons. But he could.
I said, yeah, sheesh.
Definitely got lucky there. So Jirachis couldn't say that they won without hacks in their favor.
I mean, I think they themselves said they won with the power of friendship.
Friendship does not equal hacks.
Sure it does.
That's coming from you, Fidos. Alright.
Well, in our case, the power of friendship caused us to get hacks. It attracted the hacks or something. I never said the power of friendship results in you hacksing. I said it results in hacks. Sort of. I don't know. That's kind of what you were saying I wasn't saying.
Alright.
What are we saying?
Regardless, the Marvelous won by a luck. There you go.
A luck. Okay.
Monotype, where we saw Captain Kraken defeat Immortal. It was the final mono matchup was Ghost versus Ground. Haven't we seen a lot of those this tour?
I don't know.
So, turn 1, we saw Goldengo kill Hippowdon.
The two types on the field here are Ghost and Ground.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, why wouldn't the Golurks win this one?
Well, this matchup. Goldengo kills Hippowdon very easily, dying to Excadrill as Landorus survived Dragapult's attack to kill it, while Spectrier manages to burn Mamoswine on turn 18, killing that thing with Hex. Then we saw Ceruledge kill Landorus, then Great Tusk managing to crit Oko Ceruledge on turn 14 with Head Smash. And then Clodsarge.
I don't know if that mattered.
No, it didn't.
I recall seeing Caltech say it didn't matter.
It didn't matter. It legit didn't matter. So Clodsar ended up finishing off Fluttermane for Captain Kraken to beat the JoJo references.
I was so surprised to just see, Golden go outright kill Hippowdon just immediately like that.
You
don't usually see Hippowdon get one shot by something that isn't super effective against it.
I think Hippowdon's especially frail, isn't it?
I mean, yes, but for that reason, a lot of people run some special defense.
Well, there you go.
Also, even though it may be specially frail, it's still got a lot of HP.
Also, Lamau Dragapult carrying Hydro Pump.
Oh yeah, what the hell was up with that? That was mixed Dragapult with Hydro Pump.
Odd set. It was choiced. It was choiced, I think. It was maybe Specs choice.
It was mixed, so
that's right, Dragon Darts.
I'm more thinking it might have been Scarf rather than Specs.
Fair enough.
Especially because, what did it use Hydro Pump on again?
Landorus everywhere.
Yeah, let me go to the turn. Hold on. I think if that was Specs, that Hydro Pump would have just straight up killed. That was probably like Scarf or something.
Fair enough. Also, what was the I have to ask, what was the inspiration for giving, what was it? What nickname did I have a problem with?
Wasn't it the Petron's nickname?
Right, yeah. What was the inspiration behind naming Petron Stardust Crusaders? There was nothing regarding Petron that involves Crusaders.
What else do you name it?
Yeah, get again. Friggin' say it again.
I was saying because most of the other names fit, while that one just kind of doesn't, so I guess it's more of a placeholder. More of a filler,
Could have named it JoJo Lands and I would have gotten it.
Take notice that these are only the animated parts. I guess Steel Ball Run isn't fully animated, but it's partially animated. The rest of it is coming later this year.
Later. I mean, to get JoJo fans hyped because episode 1 only dropped and then not the rest. Thanks, Netflix.
Yeah, point is, I'm pretty sure this is just animated parts.
Poor. I almost said fart 4. Poor fart.
Yeah, part 4. Diamond is Unbreakable wouldn't really make sense as a name for Petra Run, would it?
I guess diamonds float around Petra. I don't know.
See, you can't make sense of it either.
No, not really. All right, Doubles OU, where we had the last game of the set, where you specifically told Churro to lock in, and he didn't, against Icy Penguin.
Mikoi. We're about to review one of the unluckiest games this week. What are you talking about?
This one is?
Yes?
This one is? Actually,
yes?
No, I get it. I watched the game too.
Come on, Mikoi.
I watched the game too, I just forgot. So, turn 5...
Don't be saying Churro didn't lock in with luck like that.
So, turn 5, we saw Ninetales 6 screens, albeit getting flinched by Moltres Galar, who killed it and flinched Kyurem. So that was already some hacks against Churo's favor.
Just a reminder that Fiery Wrath has a 20% flinch rate.
And there was no Serene Grace to add it, so it was just 20%.
Yeah, so that is indeed luck. Also interesting that the Moltres is Covert Cloak. Is that normal?
Don't think so. And then
I feel like they usually run like Citrus Berry.
So then Raging Bolt Terra Fairies, setting the Calm Mind to beat Sinistra on turn 13. Then on turn 15, we saw Moltres killing the Heatran, Terra Fairying to kill Kyurem and Goldango, as Rillaboom died to poison, as Raging Bolt was killed in the end for keeping it icy to win. C'est la vie, says Churro.
So yeah, Icy flinched Churro like 5 times.
Fiery Wrath was a big old bitch.
And there was also the Heat Wave miss, which I don't recall if you mentioned or not.
Oh, I didn't mention that. That was also unfortunate.
Yeah, that's a 10% chance.
To miss.
Yeah, like at the very least, some flinches are expected with the amount of times Icy was using Fiery Wrath. He used it like 14 times.
14, yeah. Also,
so 2 to 3 flinches are definitely expected there.
So, also, shout out to Heatran for carrying Iron Defense Body Press.
Yeah, that was cool.
It was whack, but it was cool.
But anyway, even after all the hacks, I think it was Fragments who pointed this out to me. Churro still had a way to win.
Churro did? How?
Yes. Let's see, what was it?
This was a long doubles game.
Turn 19.
This was a long doubles game, too, so it's longer than most doubles games we've had all tour.
Turn 19. The double protect from Icy was probably pretty predictable in hindsight, which means what Churro should have done is he should have calm-minded with Raging Bolt that turn.
Okay.
So that way, it doesn't take as much damage from
Fiery Wrath.
I was gonna say Terra Blast.
Oh. But you still have an Ogerpon.
Yeah, that is true.
You still have an Ogerpon to deal with.
Come to think of it, it's not like the Raging Bolt has Thunderclap, so it can't outspeed the Ogerpon. The Ogerpon is perfectly safe to just whack it with a
Ivy Cudgel.
Yeah, with an Ivy Cudgel.
Yeah, why didn't he bring Thunderclap? This would have it would have been better to bring it instead of Thunderbolt, personally. I don't know.
Yeah, I think Calm Minding there would have, reduced the Terra Blast damage, allowed him to just straight up murder the Ogerpon finally.
Okay.
And yeah, I think it may have been possible he could have still won. I don't really know the detail. I don't really know what would have happened afterwards.
Okay. Well, whatever the case, this was the final, the straw that broke the Golurk's backside, and yeah, Icy Penguin ended up winning.
Yeah.
Finally, we come to National Dex, and yes, Omar did finally went positive.
This game is funny to me for a couple reasons.
Really? Why so?
Well, how about you get to reviewing and you'll find out.
So, turn 1, we saw Toxapex poison Tornadus, while Zamazenta used Electrium Z to kill Toxapex.
Now that was cool. That I don't think that's a normal set. It also made me learn that Zamazenta gets, Wild Charge.
It does. And then we saw Tapu Fini prevent the Tinglu from resting. Which one was it? Turn 13. It came in. And Tinglu was about to rest. Tapu Fini comes in and prevents it from resting thanks to Misty Terrain.
Which is cool.
While Goldango prevented it from removing hazards. Because
that was a lot of turns later.
Yeah, turn 20. Goldango prevented it from removing hazards thanks to Good as Gold. And then killing it before it died to Mega T-Tar. Then we saw Ferrothorn killing the Mega Tyranitar as Mega Lopunny kills the Tornadus while Tinglu killed the Slowking. And then to finish off, it was a fake out from Megalop to Zamazenta and won Omar the game.
Okay, so something I find funny about this game is that hazard stack was a major thing that was a major hindrance for Crowcrumbs in this game. Despite the fact he brought 2 hazard removers.
Yeah, he tried removing hazards once. Got blocked. Yeah. Got blocked by Good as Gold, and then once...
Come to think of it, why did he switch in Iron Treads into the Goldango? Why not, Slowking?
To prevent, well, it was either what turn?
It was early. It was early in the game.
Turn 8?
It was shortly after Toxapex was killed with Gigavolt Havoc.
Oh. Yeah, turn 8.
Yeah, so Zamazenta gets hit by Make It Rain, uses Wild Charge. So I think this makes it pretty clear that Goldango is Scarf, which means it's locked in to Make It Rain. However, you don't really want your Iron Treads to continuously take more damage, because that's your hazard remover.
Wait, did it have Rapid Spin?
Yeah, it did.
Oh, it did. Okay.
It used it the very next turn.
So it did try to do one. Well, it did successfully did one hazard removal and then just never attempted it after.
Yeah, so I guess it's because he wanted to scare out the Goldango and then get the chance to remove hazards, but taking 26% in damage, not really ideal, especially because Slowking is much bulkier, would probably take that fairly well, and you get the chance to just, you can switch out.
Mm-hmm.
You can chilly reception your way out of that after taking the damage.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably better for momentum, and it preserves the health of your Iron Treads, which you need to remove hazards.
Mm-hmm. Also find it funny that Megalop was Mega Evolved as soon as Iron Treads died, so Megalop just had a free turn of switching out.
I suppose.
Anyway, yeah, that in for a penny, in for a pound, Omar won. All right, well, that's it. Jirachis have won. Who won predictions?
Okay, the winner of predictions is...
It was...
Come on, you're supposed to,
drum
roll. Good enough. No one won because we tied.
Yeah, wow, very anticlimactic the way you said that, but okay.
So basically, the results of predicts this in finals was the loser is Pick.
The loser is Pick.
With getting only 5 out of 12 correct, whereas both of us got 7 out of 12.
58.3%.
Granted, we got some different games correct, but we got them correct.
Yay. We basically tied. I got Doug Trio winning, and then you got Icy Penguin winning, so we're even.
Yeah.
And who won overall predicts?
Okay, the winner of overall predicts is... me.
Again, very anticlimactic the way you said me.
Get wrecked.
that isn't really helping much.
You barely did better than the Pick, bro.
Just announce the results, man.
Okay, so I got 159 out of 270, making it that I got 58.89%.
Mm-hmm.
You got 200 out of 365,
so I'm
making you 54.8%.
Out of 365 days in a year, I can only muster up 200 days.
The Pick got 199 out of 365.
See, literally, I won by 1 point.
Yes.
I won by 1 point.
Against the Pick.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding you. I did the math for this, Mikoi.
I know you did, and holy frick, why did I only win by 1 point? That's so bad. I'm just as 50%. Frick.
Honestly, I think it's a little crazier that the Pick got over 50%.
What were you expecting it? Just normal 50%?
Maybe.
Totally random. So yeah, that is BLT 13 in a nutshell. Congratulations to the Jubilife Jirachis for winning. This is I think their first win in franchise history, so congratulations them. And yeah, I don't usually put these at the end of videos because, you know, I want these to be watched for years and years upon end. I just don't want to make them dated or whatever, but for, you know, for the current state of what tours has become, and for my own mental health's sake, Jesus Christ, because this tour has really taken a toll on my mental health. I'm probably just gonna resume videos after I've cleared my head, basically. There won't be any more BLT content. Maybe I'm just gonna do it as short form content from here on out, until I'm ready to make long term videos like this one again. But yeah, taking a break from BLT videos, taking a break from this yearly grind.
That is to say, you won't be doing TPP videos.
Yeah,
right?
I won't be doing TPP videos. I won't be doing TLT videos. Probably next year, BLT I might skip as well. It's just to protect my mental health, guys. I don't want to have severe burnout with these.
Yeah, believe it or not, Mikoi does work pretty hard on these. He spends hours editing them, but he also has a full-time job. You know, it's rough.
It does take time to create content like this, so you know.
And I know y'all criticize what he does a lot, but it's not that he doesn't work hard. It's just he's not that detail oriented.
No, yeah. As you can see, I barely know any of these players this year, so I'm not in as much in the towards room scene as I was during when I was staffing. So I'm semi-retired. Just think of me as someone who is semi-retired who just likes to play fun tours instead. That is just my motto from here on out. Meanwhile,
okay.
Poker Art's the grinder between us.
Not that I really want to be, but like I feel like it's kind of needed if I want to guarantee myself a spot. You know.
She comes out of her hidey hole to just do these tours and then hides again when it's break time. Alright.
Oh, so.
Alright, well, that's the end. That's the end for BLT. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like this video, leave a comment, and subscribe. Click that notification bell so you won't miss a video once it comes out. And see ya whenever. Just see ya whenever. Not next time. There will be a next time, but it definitely won't be next tour. So, yeah. Just staying fresh. Maybe just have some fun. Play some tours. And good luck to everyone who's competing in future tours. So thank you guys.
And especially to everyone competing in the revival of TPP.
You literally brought it back 1 year later. I thought we killed it after last year.
I thought we did too, but I guess people wanted it back.
Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been Mikoi, signing out.
Adios till next year or the year after. Who knows?